Okay, so I'm gonna go to tradeview.com, right? A lot of what I'm gonna say is almost a little bit on the fly, so I want you guys to understand that it's not what you're about to see. I have already done a little bit of research. I've been up for about the last 7 hours, just kind of researching today's market and just trying to have a better understanding of what I'm looking at. And the reason why is because a lot of people are trading and they're getting bots. A lot of people are long-term traders like myself, but then you got a lot of day traders who are making some sort of money. And before I start to stick some money in and start day trading every single day, I want to make sure that when I start to maneuver and and actually start to invest, I'm not doing it with the intention of becoming rich overnight. I'm doing it with the intention of understanding and being consistent in what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna just put this out there that again, I'm not your financial advisor, so I'm not telling people what to do with their money, not saying to invest. But I just wanted to put this out there that this is what I'm doing. And then this is just today's information, how I saw it, where I saw it from, and my understanding of what I saw. And then the correction and then, stuff like that, right? So we'll look up, I'm trying to look up Bitcoin, right? So for some weird reason, it won't let me look up cryptocurrency, Signal Finder says. And for some weird reason, it's not letting me look up Bitcoin, right? I don't know why, but let's see if maybe it comes down here. Encash to Bitcoin. Let's see if we can find BTC USD. Sorry, I'm almost there. I'm pretty sure it'll pop up. Let's just pick a random one and let's just see if maybe we can adjust this. Right, so we'll type in BTC. Oh, there it is. Look at that, BTC USD. All right, cool. So Bitcoin to US dollar, right? Okay, so this is what happened, right? So there's going to be some news and then there's going to be others. So basically I looked up technical analysis summary, right? When you go to this right here, this is just going to just pretty much be people looking at charts, and what they're going to do is give you a breakdown of what they see last time this happened, sometimes or this pattern that's going to develop, or even just going into detail of what's going to happen in the future, right? So a lot of people are just doing a lot of speculating, but it's more of but most of the people are going to actually be diving deep and explaining where their findings are coming from. And those are the ones that I've been actually watching and just trying to keep up with and just having understanding of, okay, who can you trust? Not like, okay, so I want to just put this out there, right? So I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not telling you to invest. I'm not telling you not to invest. I'm not telling you how to invest. But basically what I want you guys to have an understanding about is when you're following someone, understand that what they're doing is they're analyzing something and they're becoming speculative about the outcome. And then when they become speculative about it, they give you their findings and their backings of their findings. But both people have the same argument, one that's going up and one that's going down. So what you're about to see, and me just explaining to you that with doing your own research, you have to still flip a coin and take a guess. You can't think that one person is going to be more knowledgeable than another because everyone has the same exact knowledge. We're just using it to, have a different understanding. Just like religion, you got some people who believe in one religion versus another. When like Catholics and Christians, when in all actuality they understand the same exact events as they happen. Their just interpretation of it is just different. So everyone's interpretation of what you're about to see me show you is going to be just a little bit different. So you got some people that said sell, some people that said buy, and some people that are neutral saying, you know what, maybe go 50-50. Buy with 50%. If it goes down, get out and then sell. And then maybe you can collect. So you got some people are like that, or some people are saying, sell and then buy. Okay, so as you go down here, you're going to start to see, okay, what is Bitcoin to Euro? What is Bitcoin to Japan yens? You got the Japanese yen, Ethereum, Ripple, all those things. And then you got your news. So this is the news that came in as of earlier today, and where I started to kind of do some research on it. Now, I'll click on the one that I saw earlier. All right, so I think it's down here, and I'll leave a link down for this particular person. But this is pro indicators, right? So the way this person, this particular person works is, you guys can see, they have 200,000 views. I want to make sure we're still recording. Okay, so this person right here wrote this article here. Now this article is written 16 hours ago, so at that time, Bitcoin was a certain price, right? So at that time, Bitcoin was, if I had to guess what that says, I think it was like 9,600 or whatever, right? So at the time this video was presented, it was about 9,600. Okay, so this person wanted to explain to people what they saw, and they did a side-by-side analysis of a head and shoulders pattern, as well as showing you that, okay, this is when last time this pattern developed, this is what we saw. What you see here is this person saying it's going to hit low right here. See the blue, this little blue right here indicator? It's going to hit here. This is where support will either gather it and help it rise, or it's going to just plummet from here, right? And it didn't actually hit this low. I'm not 100% sure why he picked this particular number, but he did indicate that it will go low, and it did go low, right, for a little bit, but then it just kind of almost skyrocketed for a second. It hit about 10,000, said like 9,900, and then it just plummeted, right? So now we're at the point where it's actually under where it was, right? So if you watch his videos, it's almost correct exactly of what happened. It went down a little bit, it threw itself above the last resistance, and then it just skyrocketed down. Now I don't know this person particularly, I don't know how often he's right, but this particular call was right. It went down. Now I won't go into detail, only because other people have other things that they want to watch. I'm just going to give you a link, just to make sure that everybody has an understanding of places that they can look to get some information. I'll show you guys in a second exactly what I did with my money, so you guys can see how I interpreted what he was saying, and what I did, and you guys can see, like, I guess if I made a little bit of money. I'm not making extremely amount of money. I just put a little bit of coins into my Binance, and I'm trying this pattern and trying these things out. So I'll show you guys my Binance in 1 second. Okay, so this is what I wanted you guys to see, right? Okay, so a couple things, right? I think that this is good news as far as EOS being added. I'm trying to see if I can find the news that they present. But I think that might be good. To me, that might be good news. EOS being added to being like, I guess, a currency to trade between currencies. So that to me should be good news. I hope that means that EOS goes up. I don't have any EOS, but some of these currencies that they're using, it's just, it just kind of sucks that they're not going up, especially in this market. This market is like really, really ugly right now. Last time I checked, when I saw the news, EOS was $6 and like I think 3 cents. And as you can see, it's going down. It's not sustaining. It's not sustaining itself. But anyway, let's just talk about what I did after, right? So I have my favorites. These are the ones that I posted here that I'm pretty much willing to trade. That's why it's a favorite. Let's see if I can switch to the actual Binance. It wouldn't let me earlier. It keeps on going back to this one. Okay, cool. So it let me in. All right, so anyway, so now that we're in, right, I just wanted to show you guys what I did to actually to do. So we're going to do my order history. I'll just show you my recent trades. It may show you all of them, but I did a buy order. So what happened was, I've been following Bitcoin Cash as well as Bitcoin as far as them going up and down, because I find that Bitcoin goes up, and then in some cases Bitcoin Cash goes down, but when they go down, they go down harder, but then they rebound faster. So this is kind of what I am trying to figure out is, okay, so basically what happened is Bitcoin was at one price. We'll just say Bitcoin was at 9,600, right? Or 500, and then Bitcoin Cash was at like, say, 1,300. Well, Bitcoin dropped down to 8,000, so that's $1,000 or $16,000 or $100. I'm sorry, $1,600 that they lost, which equates to about I think like 12 cents or 12% or something like that. But then Bitcoin Cash would drop down all the way down to like 800 or even 900, and that's like a 30% loss. Now, what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to figure out, okay, I could actually get into US dollar, USDT, and then once I get into USDT, wait for them both to drop, and then get into Bitcoin Cash first, okay? Because they're most likely going to rebound. They're 5 to 10, maybe even 15%, right? So if let's say I have $1,500 and they rebound 10%, then at that point I made $150 on that trade. Then while Bitcoin is still trying to figure itself out, I then ride that wave up if the technical analysis explains that they're going to go up. So that's kind of what my strategy has been is ride USDT down, and then ride the wave back up, and then hope somewhere between those two. That's like a $250 day when people are losing or not really gaining. I make those calls and I make money. But then on days where it's going up, I've been trying to figure out, okay, can I catch a couple 1% bounces? Maybe like a 2 or 3% bounce for the day. It's going to go down, so I sell high and then buy low. So I've been trying to figure out this whole pattern thing because I've been noticing that a lot of day traders are doing this pattern. And if I could figure this out, I would love to be able to do it live and show you guys the pattern and see if it actually works live rather than me attempting this. So basically this is just me attempting it, and you can kind of see what I have. I had 1.6 Bitcoins. I'm sorry, Bitcoin Cash tokens, 1.6. So when I started doing this, I think I was at like 17 or 18. I was at 1 point when I first started doing this. I was at 1.7 BTC or something like that. And now I'm actually up to 1.84. It's like 1.84 or something. And I'll show you that in 1 second. But basically, it did exactly what he said, right? So we'll go to Bitcoin to USD, right, if we can. So we'll go to exchange, basic, and we'll try to just pull up BTC to USDT. Okay, so right now it's at 93, right? So it may still go down further, but it may also start to go up. So when we look at this, what we want to do is we want to look at it in, let's look at it in increments of 15 minutes, right? So what they were showing was like this is what they were showing, right? So this is the past week. What you're gonna notice is up and down and skyrocketed up and then it just plummeted back down. So they're showing like those type of candles, and then you got this is what more of what you're going to notice. So then you got the technical analysis is saying, no, okay, the low is going to be around here, like 86 or whatever, if it keeps on trending the way it's trending and stuff like that. So, you got it like this is how you have to look at it, right? But for me personally, I look at it like in this terms where, I see where they're saying it is and it's going to go. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, I look at this and I'm saying to myself, why is it saying that it's 93.60, right? When right here, I'm sorry, I'm going to click on the wrong pattern. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Just go to it. There it goes. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So basically, this is the pattern you're going to see. A lot of times you're going to notice this. This is what you're going to notice. Technical analysis is going to show you each day as it's going up and down. And then you'll notice something like this as well. It's going to be a little bit hard to read and understand, but they're trying to do their best of analyze it and explain it in the most layman terms. So obviously, since I'm not doing it myself, I can't explain it to you, but I'll just say, just watch that one video. Some of it should make sense. But basically, it did exactly what he was saying. It went up to like 97. So we'll look at it in the terms of, like I said, 15 minutes. But we'll do 5 minutes because, so this is what it did, right? So at the time I was watching it, Bitcoin was around here, which was about, let's see if I can catch it, around this price here when I was watching it. So Bitcoin, I think it was at 96, right? So it was about 9,600, and then it jumped up to 99, right? So it went all the way up to 99, and then a little bit later, it then corrected itself, and it came down to 93. Now, obviously, by the time I post this video, what I'm about to say is probably not going to be accurate, but somewhere between 91 and 93 is what people are predicting for it to happen, to stop dropping and then jump back up. And then hopefully by that time I can collect somewhere between 0.19 and zero.2 Bitcoins, so then I can ride that wave up. So I'm waiting for it to drop down. I don't know exactly where it will drop, but we will see. And I'm going to try to do my best to, I guess, give out as much information as possible as it comes in. If there's any other coins that I've noticed that technical analysis is starting to work with, I'll send it to you guys. I know Litecoin is one that's been very good. Bitcoin Cash, as well as there was another coin. I can't remember it at this time, but there's a lot of them. As you can see, Bitcoin is still kind of dropping. So that went down about $100 since I started doing this video, and it's still dropping. So like I said, about 9,100 is where they're predicting the bottom. So if you have any questions, let me know. I just wanted to show that's kind of like the strategy, I guess, on if you want to short Bitcoin, is to get into US dollar, wait for it to drop, and then once it drops down to a number that you're comfortable with, meaning like, okay, I don't think it's going to go any lower than this number, or if I do get it, I'm going to get it around this number. Again, don't invest everything, and do it in like increments of like 10% or 25% or even 20% if you can. And remember, I'm not telling you to invest, but if you're going to invest anything at all, don't invest everything. Invest what you're willing to lose. And just have an understanding before you start to invest. Just look out there and remember that not everyone's going to have the answer. Some people predicted that it was going to go up, and they were right. The other 4 people did that. 13 predicted it was going to go down, and they were right as well. It all depends on what side of the fence you're on at the time you read it. Had I shorted, I would have been better off buying, and then when it went up to 99, actually selling and then riding the wave down. I would have made more Bitcoins, but I didn't. It is what it is. I have to understand that, not all of my calls are going to be winners, and not every day can be Christmas. So if you have any questions, let me know. I try to give out as much information as possible for you guys to trade. Like I said, if I do buy like a bot or something like that, or if I do some more trading, I'll try my best to keep you guys informed. But this is just one more thing that I'm trying. And if there's something that works for me, it should work for everyone. And I'll try my best to share it as often as possible as it's working. And I'm pretty sure you guys are still watching this, but it's still dropping literally as I'm talking. So if you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. You can share if you want. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this.